We know there are many choices in internet radio, and the staff and host of LA Talk Live would like to thank you for choosing the internet's hottest destination for the most eclectic sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.
Better than beautiful.
Welcome, coming to you live from the studios of LA Talk Live in sunny Los Angeles, California. This is Alayna's Beauty Talk and more, and I'm your host, Alayna. We're here to talk about beauty and more and all its expressions every Wednesday at noon Pacific time. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. This is Alayna's Beauty Talk and more on LA Talk Live. We're more than just talk.
No more searching, love, I found it. Ended up with my heart and soul. About time that you know. If you just believe and see like I see, you'll know that the world is yours to own. Just follow my lead beyond material things. It's time to let you know you're better than beautiful. You're better than beautiful.
Hey everyone, this is Richard Carr, Business Relations Manager for LA Talk Live. Did you know social media produces almost double the marketing leads of trade shows, telemarketing, direct mail, or even pay-per-click ads? And that about 46% of all online users count on social media when making that ever-important purchase decision. Hey, if you feel lost when it comes to social media, Top Tier Media can help you. Top Tier Media specializes in social media management and blogger outreach for beauty, fashion, health, and lifestyle brands. To learn more, go to www.toptiermedia.com. That's www.toptiermedia.com. Top Tier Media, the official social media marketing company of LA Talk Live and the Talk Live Broadcast Network. Young Connection, your one-stop connection for all your graphic design and commercial printing needs. Young Connection is a full-service printing and media design company dedicated to providing the highest level of customer service and satisfaction. Young Connection provides swift response and rapid turnaround services for banners, brochures, business cards, letterheads, church bulletins, funeral programs, flyers, logo design, posters, and much, much more, all at an affordable price. Young Connection, the official printing company of LA Talk Live. Give them a call at 310-491-3336. That's 310-491-3336, or visit their website at www.youngconnection.com. That's www.youngconnection.com. Young Connection Printing and Media Services, proud sponsors of LA Talk Live, where it's more than just talk.
Welcome back to Alayna's Beauty Talk. Okay, Frank, keep conducting.
Am I conducting the music or you?
I don't care.
You know, it's the first time I really hear it because at the concert.
Yeah, because you're in the midst of it.
I was in the
know?
midst of it, and I was queuing Michael, the bar, and it's just like I couldn't even,
Okay,
now I'm
everybody,
listening
we
It's
to
can't
more
it.
stop.
exciting than I remembered.
Wait a minute, stop. Frank,
Nobody knows
stop.
what we're talking about.
I know, now stop. All right, everybody, this is going to be a really crazy show. It's the first show in the new year, and I couldn't have a more amazing guest on this show. Now that I've kind of gotten to know them and heard their music, It's going to be an amazing show. But before we start, I want to wish everybody a happy new year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And we're all back. We're all still here. I know we all had an amazing holiday season.
Well, I was working on the concerto.
Yeah, we were rehearsing
We were
that
working,
concerto.
rehearsing, yeah, but
All right. Well, now still people don't know what we're
I know.
talking about.
Happy holidays. Where's the concerto?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Sharon, I'm
okay.
looking for the parts. Just the pianists are so pissed off. Just get them a part.
No. You know, I got an email.
We-
I am freaking out. That was the email that I got from her.
Okay, wait a minute. People
I'm in
don't even
panic.
know what we're
All right,
talking
let's
about. We
explain
gotta
that.
get.
Do
this
you
straight.
know when the score was delivered to me
Yeah.
in the middle of a Messiah performance?
Okay, this is one of the craziest shows I've started in a long time. You can tell we're a little bit out of sync.
Yeah.
And I have musicians and conductors and composers here, so they're not usually out of sync.
Well,
All right,
We hope.
let's see. Okay, Ruslan,
Yes.
calm us down.
Okay.
Sitting next to me, I'm sure
Cancel
you all,
traffic, everybody. Russians in the studio.
Yeah, sitting
And
next to
Israelis.
me, you know, Ruslan, he's been on this show many, many times. And when they were on this show just a few weeks ago, right before the holiday season,
Yeah, I think it was end of November.
end of November, it was such a huge hit. I asked them to come back the beginning of the year because every year I like to theme out my shows. Last year I wanted to do more beauty, and I had the amazing beauty bloggers come on, and they did an incredible job, and they will be back the last Wednesday of each month. And you guys inspired me so much that this year I'm really gonna theme out my show, have you and whoever guests want to come on every couple months to really talk about the arts, because we just don't hear enough about it, and that's all part of beauty, health, and fitness. And who better but Ruslan and all his friends to come on and inspire us to learn more about the arts, because that's what all your lives have been around that, and it's so inspiring. It's very hard to get a group of everybody together, and you guys seem to love coming here, and I love having you.
I wish it was closer.
Well, this depends on where you live.
No, I'm gonna be here again for I'm flying in the morning, so I was like,
Oh, too bad
okay.
you couldn't stay over. Okay, so
Can just stay
welcome
here.
Ruslan, welcome
Thank you.
Frank, welcome Dion, welcome Sharon. Now you can introduce everybody and tell everybody what they do and what you do and what's happening.
Should I tell everybody what you guys do?
Work-wise.
We're naked. We're naked for you.
I don't think the people on iTunes wouldn't listening on iTunes wouldn't know the difference.
Why don't we all sort of introduce very quickly each other,
Okay,
ourselves,
you
right?
start.
Okay, I'm Russian.
Okay, now say Happy New Year in
Yeah.
Russian.
Oh, yes. С Новым годом, с новым счастьем и с Рождеством. You know, Merry Christmas to all Russians, because yesterday was Russian Christmas.
Ah.
Shovi-strom?
So, yeah. That's why I'm still a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, were you drinking vodka?
No, I was
He
teaching.
says he doesn't
I
like
was-
vodka.
No,
What kind of
because
Russian?
I was
He
teaching.
was,
I was teaching.
drinking vodka while teaching.
I was teaching little children.
Yeah, right.
That's how we call it now.
Yeah, right, exactly.
So yeah, I'm a cellist. I'm a musician. Google my name.
They can't spell your name.
Yeah,
Google your name.
That's
Okay.
funny.
RUSLAN BIRYUKOV. Good luck, everybody.
Okay, pronounce it. Ruslan.
Ruslan Birukov.
Okay.
Birukov. Just Google Ruslan Cello. Google Glendale Philharmonic. You know, I run Glendale Philharmonic Orchestra. That's one of my main activities in this life, and I play cello and I teach. So those.
You're a world-renowned celloist.
That's what they say. Yes.
And he's very humble.
Yeah, but my modesty can speak for hours. Yeah. All right, so we have Maestro Frank Feta. He's a phenomenal, a prominent conductor. He just conducted our orchestra on Sunday. You were on the
I
the
was
show.
there.
We all were on
Yes,
the show,
we
except
were.
of Richard. You
Yes.
missed the show. Shame.
Shame on you, Richard.
But we will play some of the moments of our show we will play right now during this show.
And
so
I
people will
have
be
to
able
say,
hear.
all of you look so handsome in your tails and your
Thank you.
tuxes.
Oh.
We put a great deal of effort into that.
Yes, you did.
You combed your hair.
Someone told me I should have worn my hair without the hairband. I said, I don't think so.
No, by the end of the concert, especially with this piece, you would be like all over the place.
I did comb my hair.
I noticed, being from the beauty industry.
Thank you. It's a real challenge. You have to put the right stuff in it. You know?
Yeah.
I'll tell you. Yeah.
All right, so this is Frank Feta.
Let Frank talk a little.
Yeah,
bit.
why don't you say something about
You could
yourself?
Google me too, I guess. If I'm notorious for not having a computer, but I am very quick to recommend that people look me up on the computer.
He does not.
I do not have a computer.
He doesn't have email.
Mm-hmm.
So when I have to email him, I email to someone, and then someone delivers.
Someone asked me, do you have a fax machine? I said, yes, I do have a fax. I said, but it went down the other day, and the reason it wasn't working was because the film that you put in it, that roll had worn out, or had depleted itself. So they said, well, how did you fix it? I said, I just rewound the old film. So now when I get faxes from everybody, it has an imprint of something else. But I manage. But I do a lot of opera. I'm really happy. This is my second association with Glendale Philharmonic, and it was really thrilling this time. I mean, this was pretty intense, working on literature of this type. And of course, Ruslan and I have done many, many, many things together. And in our next introductees, both Dion and of course Sharon, we have worked together before. I've done pieces of theirs. I've conducted pieces of theirs before. And I do opera. I do opera in Las Vegas. I do it in Los Angeles. I'm the head of a big international vocal competition. And San Bernardino Symphony, Redlands Ball Music Festival, Culver City Symphony, Marina Del Rey Symphony, Torrance Symphony, Nevada Opera Theater. So I'm kept pretty busy.
Do you ever sleep?
All without computer, no cell phone there. Can you imagine?
People say, well, how do you just keep it all? I said, well, I kind of use my brain. I kind of remember things.
Do people still do that?
I do. People get mad. I mean, I don't use my cell phone that much. I do use my computer a lot, but I do a lot like you do. I still use my brain.
Yeah. Well, I found a lot of the data involved in the kind of music I do is available, and I can always call Ruslan and say, Ruslan, look this up. Or I can even call my son, and very often we call our son. I say, please look this up on the computer machine. Which he says, Dad, it's not called that.
And actually, we're going to put Lisa call in and have your son call in.
That would
and
be great.
say
I
hello.
hope he's available. He works in New York City, and his wife also works in New York City. And so I hope that they're not snowed in because it's been so cold for the
Well, then they
couple of
can
days.
call in. They have nothing to do.
Well, actually,
That's right.
actually, they had to put her up in a hotel because she had appointments. So it was when it got cold, she had to stay a couple of days in a hotel. So I hope she's back at their home. We'll see.
Speaking of we didn't announce the phone number. Yeah, we gotta
Oh,
say
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Phone number to everyone call us. No phone
We
number.
always get phone calls when you're on the show. You have a big following.
All right, so it's 323-473-3100. Once again, 323 Los Angeles area code 473-3100.
And what are they going to call to ask you?
Anything they want.
That's right.
No secrets
Okay,
today.
but let me just tell people this too. They're more than welcome to call, but if we're in the middle of a conversation, we just get a stick saying caller, so you may have to wait a little while when you call in, but we will get to you. So don't think we are ignoring you. We'll be happy to take any of your phone calls.
Sounds good.
Yep. All right. Well, Dion Price, our wonderful composer.
And she's new to the show.
Yes.
So welcome.
But I am not new to the Paradise Theater.
I know, that was an amazing story you told me.
Years ago, when my children were small, this was our favorite theater. We lived in Inglewood at the time, and we came here, and there was a glass that went all across the back of the theater, and you could take the children out there and see the whole show and have all the sound. It was wonderful. So I told my husband, I looked at the paper to see where to come today. I said, well, you remember that Paradise Theater? He said, oh, yes. He loved it too. I said, that's where I'm going. So here I am.
So does it feel good being back in this building?
It does.
And doesn't this building have an amazing feel to it?
It does. And well, the whole architecture, is very rounded, and it's really
of all
lovely.
the guests that we've had, you're the first one that really has ever come here knowing that it was a theater.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of history.
And
But I love these old
yeah,
stories.
Dion has five children. Right?
Yep, they're all grown. I have.
Well, I would hope so.
I've got 18 grandchildren and,
Wow.
and 6 great-grandchildren.
Oh, then I have a question for you. Are they involved in the arts and playing music
yeah,
and
they're all involved in
composing?
the arts. Most of my grandsons have their own rock bands
Yeah.
and do all their own composing,
Wow.
and they're doing great.
That's wonderful.
But no, they're in either art or music or writing.
In the Los Angeles or all over the country?
Mostly in California, throughout California and Utah. One family's in Utah.
Well, the Price family will become like Bach family, In the Bach's time, there was 50 Bachs.
That's
And the
right.
name Bach was synonymous with word music in
That's
the 18th
right.
century.
That's,
And
So-
Johann Sebastian Bach was the 7th generation of family of musicians. I don't know if ours will go like that, because I think I was really about the first to really become a musician. So it's
Now, do you play an
afternoon.
instrument too?
Oh yes, I'm a pianist.
Okay.
So I've done lots of concert piano playing with solo and mostly in collaborative efforts with other musicians. I have to tell you, can I tell you a few things?
Sure, keep
Right
going. You're
now-
new, so we'll let you talk.
This year is just going to be great.
yeah.
There are so many things on my plate, so many things going. On my way here, I stopped at the Instant Press printer in Long Beach and picked up the new printing of my book
Congratulations.
Oh,
Which is-
congratulations.
called Accompanying Skills for Pianists. We have, this is the 2nd edition, but we ran out.
That's
This
wonderful.
is still
And where can people get that?
Culvercrest.com.
Okay.
It's put
We'll
out
go.
by Culvercrest Publications, and it's for pianists. You put it on the piano, and the first person, though, who bought the first book, which was way back in the 90s, was a singer, and saw the part on rehearsal skills,
Oh, great.
and said, I have to have that. So instrumentalists also use it. It's not just for the pianist.
Good. We'll come
But
back
anyway,
to that.
I just got that today.
Oh, that's
Okay.
exciting.
Well, that's one thing. Then the reason I'm here, which we can talk about later,
Oh, Richard's
Yeah.
going to give you some claps. That was cute.
is because Ruslan here and Limar Torin Immerman and Nora Chang Robel are about to perform and record my Angel Trio. So we'll talk about that a little later. But also on this recording, which is going to come out in probably the 1st of March, I'm calling it Eloquent Strings. And it will also have a violin concerto for oneness that was just recorded last month in New York City by the Metro Chamber Orchestra, and a wonderful violinist named Amanda Lowe, young woman. She's great. And she really understood my music. And I haven't heard the trio yet, but I know, because I've heard them before and other things, that they will really understand my music too. So I'm looking forward to that. So lots of CDs coming out. The CDs come out on the Cambria label, distributed by Noxus, and they're widely available online. But they're not yet. 1st of March.
Great. All right, Sharon. Do you want to Ruslan, do you want to introduce Sharon?
Well, everyone knows Sharon Farber. She's a phenomenal composer. She composed a cello concerto for our orchestra and for myself that we played on Sunday. We started our program today with her, concerto that we just premiered. Sharon, please say a couple words about yourself.
Well, you said it all.
Oh.
No, I'm a composer of film and concert music, and this was just an unbelievable collaboration, because when Ruslan called me and asked to commission me, I said, "Are you crazy? I have no time." It was a very, very short time, and I really didn't know what I was about to do. And then I remembered an amazing story.
We got a caller. Should we?
We got a caller.
Yeah.
Okay,
So we
okay.
should
You already have
probably
a call?
let them,
Okay,
and then you can continue, because
Okay.
otherwise they'll stay on hold.
Okay.
Okay. Hi, caller. Are you there?
Yeah, I just wanted to say I was at the concerto that they're talking about on
Me too.
Sunday.
We all were there.
Well done, everyone. I'm just wondering, is there a way to get a recording of it? And is this going to be ever done by a full orchestra? I was just blown away. There were so many people in the audience that were almost overcome with emotion.
Yeah.
Can I ask your name?
I was just, I'm still buzzing about it. You guys did a great job.
And can
Thank
we
you,
ask
thank
your
you.
name? Oh, you don't have to give your
Yeah,
full
my name's
name.
Marty.
Hi, Marty. Just so we
Hi,
know
Marty.
who we're
How you doing,
talking
Marty?
to.
Hi, Marty.
Well, yeah, recording is we recorded the show and we will play 2 of the movements of the concerto today during the show. We're still mixing it, editing it, and of course, yeah, there is a plan, long-term plan to maybe make a commercial recording of this piece
Yeah.
as well. But we can say that the recording that was made on Sunday of the live show of the premiere, good enough to be released. Sharon haven't heard it yet.
I know, I haven't heard it
I
yet.
got it yesterday at 3
I haven't
a.m.
heard it,
you
and
know.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yes.
But we definitely, we had from the get-go of this concerto, we all thought, including Ruslan and Frank, that after the premiere at one point, we will, or I will, rearrange it or reorchestrate it for a bigger group. That will include also brass section and maybe a few more percussion. I don't know. We haven't decided yet, but that's definitely on our plan. And to record it commercially, I think that somehow we all really feel that this is a piece that really stood out.
Yeah, and
for
not just
us,
that
and-
it's a piece
and-
deserves attention, and a piece that will survive the time. By the way, speaking of which, all recordings of this kind come down very much to the budget. So anyone who hears us now and who hears the actual piece, if you would like to get involved with us and to co-sponsor or co-produce this recording, please feel free contacting our orchestra or Sharon or any of us. We'll be more than welcome.
Yeah.
We would like to, welcome you for collaboration. And
Yeah.
Is Marty still here?
Marty, are you still on the line?
Yeah, I am still here, and I just wanted to say I recognize the cellist voice. I've never heard such virtuosity on an instrument before. I mean, you could hear almost like planes dive bombing.
I know. I
was
loved every
incredible.
minute of it too.
And the story behind the concerto, I think this is one of the reasons that we want to have it available throughout the world. If I state very humbly, but because the concerto is based on a story of an amazing man named Kurt Lowens, who after Crystal Nacht, which is the night where everything started basically in Germany and against the Jews. And as a kid, he was 12. He had to flee Germany, and they went to Holland. They fled to Holland, and over there, 3 times they were sent, him and his parents, to concentration camps, and 3 times by a miracle they were returned to Holland and did not go to the gas chambers. So his survival is a remarkable story in itself. But when he got to Holland as a young boy, he joined the resistance, and he saw how the Germans are gunning down American planes, and 2 pilots were parachuting, and he ran to the side of the parachuting pilots, and he told them, "Come with me," and he hid them in a haystack in a farm, and he saved their lives. And during Yom Kippur, I'm the music director of Temple of the Arts in Beverly Hills, and during Yom Kippur, my rabbi, David Baron, reunited Kurt Lowens with the children and grandchildren of the pilot that he saved. The pilot. It was an unbelievable moment.
And Kurt Lawrence was on the concert.
And Kurt Lawrence was at the
Song.
Kurt Lawrence is 88 years old today. He's amazing. He's smart. He's sharp. And after his time in Holland, he continued saving a lot of Jewish children's lives, and he spent years reuniting them with the remains of their families. And then he came to Hollywood and became an actor, a pretty well-known actor. And he's just really a beautiful man. And he told me something that really stuck with me. And he said, Sharon, you know, I'm so grateful for these pilots for parachuting there. And I said, you're grateful. They should be grateful you saved their lives. And he said, yeah, but if they didn't parachute there, I wouldn't have anyone to save. Yeah. And that's his soul. He's grateful for being able to do something for someone else. And his story really affected me. And he has a book called Destination ? And that's why the title of the piece is called Bestemming, which is destination in Dutch. And I took the first, the book is divided into 3 parts, which is escape, resistance, and triumph. And I added shattered, and with a wonderful friend, Richard Steller, and my wonderful friend and manager, Beth Wernick, we all wrote the narration together, and then we invited the amazing Michael DeBar to come and be the narrator, and he did an amazing job. Michael DeBar, actor and singer, and he just felt the piece. And of course, you know, the fact that Ruslan liked it, although at the beginning it was like, are you crazy? You know, what are you doing?
Should have seen the first rehearsal. 7 hours. We were rehearsing for
7 hours. I was like, are you crazy? This is not safe.
This is impossible. What are you doing? How's it?
And he had some vodka to calm him down.
But he did it.
No, she cooked the soup.
I cooked the soup, that's right. And then when we came to Frank...
Did he hang up? Oh, Marty, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here, and I'm not hanging up. But I just want to say it was such an iconic performance. It would be a shame if it wasn't available as a recording, because I was just, you know, it's something that stays with you for a long time. And if they say music is a language, then you guys communicated something that was very, very special.
Can you
and it won't be soon forgotten.
Marty, this is Frank Fetta. How are you? I'm glad you were there. How is it?
You were awesome, man.
Thank you. Listen, how is it that you knew about the concert?
Well, there's a lot of Facebook stuff going on about it, and I have an interest in music, so I just, I was able to get a couple of tickets, and we went, and I actually sat behind a guy who had 2 small children with him, and this guy was so emotional during it, and it just kind of it really brought home the thing about what this hero was all about in saving children and saving pilots. That this guy could have, you know, in modern day, if the same thing were occurring, those 2 kids would have been taken from this guy. And I think that he realized that. And as Michael DeBar, who was unbelievable, was narrating this, and Ruslan was just doing his thing on the cello, and you were conducting this amazing group of musicians, this guy was so overcome with emotion that I think that what happened was just goes beyond any concert maybe the Who in 1974. But other than
that puts us in good company.
Yeah.
That's great, Marty. Well, we thank you for being there and for calling in.
I have to say thank you for calling
Thank
in.
you.
I don't get many call-ins on my noon show. This has to be the #1 call
yes,
that I've
thank
ever
you
gotten
very
on
much.
Alayna's
you'd
Beauty
be
Talk.
surprised who
So
listens
thank
to your
you.
show. I'm waiting for some fashion tips.
Next week, actually, I'm doing red carpet with Red Carpet Roxy, all about what's happening at all the award shows. So yeah,
Good,
you'll have to
good.
listen.
I'll let you get back to your radio show.
Okay, but
once
thank
again,
you.
it was just a
Thank
great
you.
occasion, great music, and congratulations all around.
Thanks, Marty.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I want to say something about the concerto.
Okay, but you'll hold your thought till we take a break.
Okay.
And this is the concerto playing right now. This is the concerto.
Okay, now I have to really listen.
Now
All
you're
right,
gonna
we're
listen.
going to play a minute of the concerto as we're going out to break, right, Richard? Okay, so everybody, this is a concerto from what we've been talking about.
It's called
Glendale
Bestemming,
Philharmonic performance.
Concerto for Cello, Orchestra, and Narration, by myself, Sharon Faber, with Frank Fetta conducting, and Ruslan Bryukov.
And Glendale
I know,
Philharmonic.
right? And Glendale Philharmonic. And Michael DeBar.
And Michael.
Michael DeBar narrating.
All right, can
Wow.
we listen to a second before we go to
Yes,
break?
please.
Okay, we're gonna just stay quiet for a second and listen.
Very cool.
The uniform I wear makes me feel alive, but underneath, I'm still that Jewish boy with teary eyes. I look up to the heavens. I wonder why.
Oh, okay, everybody, this is a track, but we have to go to break. So we're going to keep playing the tracks through the break, but we will all be right back to talk a lot more about this performance and other things that are coming up. So stay tuned, everybody. We'll be right back. This is Alayna's Beauty Talk and more on LA Talk Live. We're more than just talk.
I stand in awe of what I see. I am grateful for the life given to me. And the children. Oh, the children. Let them be. Let them be free.
Hi, this is Starlet Quarles, and I'm inviting you to join us every Wednesday from 5 to 6 p.m. for a new show right here on LA Talk Live, The Dialogue, Real Talk, Real People. Join us as we discuss the topics that are relevant to today's generational leaders. So don't forget to tune in to The Dialogue, Real Talk, Real People, every Wednesday from 5 to 6 p.m. right here on latalklive.com. You can also catch us on iTunes Radio R&B, Live 365, Radio Flag, and now Stitcher Radio. Or watch and listen directly at latalklive.com. Reality radio handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
Hi, this is Barbara Perkins, inviting you to join us every Sunday afternoon at 2:40 for Sisters at the Well Radio, a conversation with women about women. Join us as we share stories about current events, jazz events, business opportunities, health and wellness, entertainment, and so much more. So don't forget to tune in Sundays at 2:40, exclusively on latalklive.com. You can also catch us on iTunes Radio R&B, Live 365, Radio Flag, or watch and listen directly at latalklive.com. Reality radio handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
Welcome back to Alayna's Beauty Talk and More. I don't even want to talk. I just want to listen to this beautiful music. And it's amazing because I have the composer, the celloist, the conductor. They're all listening to it for the first time here on the show.
This is something else. This is not a concerto. No. This is different. This is from a CD I did for a company.
This is you. Okay.
Yeah, this is
but
not
everybody's they're all sitting here at the table that we just came back on camera with their eyes closed. They're kind of just swaying. I mean, guys are just.
No, this is from a CD I did for a company in the UK called West One Music, and they commissioned me to create a full CD length with pieces about the oceans. The ocean.
Can you buy this? Can this one?
Yeah,
this
is available. This is available. It's called Oceans. It is available to
on the internet.
On the internet, yeah.
Okay,
it's available. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, so that's what you were trying to tell me during the break. I couldn't hear what you were telling me.
I want to say something. I want to give Diana a chance, but I want to say something that I think is really important as an artist, composer, or any kind of artist. It's very scary when you get commissioned, because when you get commissions, it means that someone already likes your music, and that's why they commission you. And now they have all these expectations from you, right? which is very, very scary. And you start writing and you say, oh my God, I hope they like it. And what if they don't like it? Because if they don't like it, you will hear that they don't like it. So when Ruslan came to me the first time, I was so scared. And then when we got to the fourth movement, he's like, yes. And then when we came to Frank and he liked it, that was really, really encouraging. And when
my wife liked it.
And your wife liked it. And then when the players of the Glendale Philharmonic came to me and said how much you enjoy, and then of course you scared because what about the audience? But you know, as at one point, because you're so exposed, you have to think about what you want to say and realize that with art, it's a matter of taste. And this is the hardest thing to actually realize and take in, that it's a matter of taste. So some people are going to like it, some people are not going to like it, and some people are going to be indifferent. They don't care one way or another. So you have to first satisfy yourself and write. For me at least, I write from the heart. I think this is, you can hear this, and it's very important. Yes, of course you have all the technical skills that you know, you can write for the orchestra and the cello and everything, but for me, I have to write from my heart and know that I'm, you know, that I satisfied myself, and just hope that others will understand what I was trying to create. I just want to say one thing. I don't know a lot of cellists who can really do what Ruslan did on the emotional and on the technical level.
Well, just listen to the caller, what he said.
Exactly.
And also, you have to, first of all, he's not used to being on the radio, and to take the time
to do this,
to pick up the phone and call in to say how wonderful it was.
And
that
also
really
Frank,
touched him.
Yes, and also Frank, which is very well, I worked with other conductors, but Frank really takes every piece so seriously. He spent so much time on the piece. We had 2 rehearsals with him before we had anything with the orchestra, and also in the first rehearsal with the orchestra, and everything is important to him, and he wanted to understand, and it was such a wonderful collaboration that I look forward to many more.
Oh, I hope so. I can't wait to go to them.
I just want to say something about, as a member of the audience for that. Like Marty was a member of the audience, there were many surprises. And the surprising thing was in the instrumentation that you used. At the beginning, it's a cello concerto, but guess what? The first instrument that was featured was a section cello, not the soloist. And I thought, what? You know, how can you do that? Then the next thing, there were 2 pianos, not one, but 2 pianos. And
well, that's Ruslan's fault. Well, basically, Ruslan and Frank said, you know, we're going to do the Carnival on the Animals, yes, and it has 2 pianos. And I said, what?
Use 2 pianos.
I can't even think of one. And then
I have a question that 2
wonderful.
People asked me.
Thank you.
About the pianos. Why does one piano have somebody turning the pages for them and the other pianist doesn't?
It's because one pianist was really special, and another one.
Actually, no. It turned out his wife was turning piano.
Oh, was it his wife?
Yeah,
his wife.
Yeah, it was his wife.
Well, when you have a new piece, it's very hard, you know.
When at the last, somebody asked me that, and then driving home in the car, the people I was with, somebody asked me that same question.
Yeah.
Some piano, you know, I'm a pianist also, and sometimes I will decide. On this one, I don't want anyone over my shoulder doing it. I'll handle it myself. And then another thing to consider, there were a couple of places in the concert where the page distribution was a little tough for one of the pianists, and so in order to eliminate that, he thought better to have the page turned. He just felt more comfortable with it.
So it's a preference.
It's a preference.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a preference, and I've done so much touring. I just came back recently from Hong Kong doing a tour with the Price Duo. My son and I are a duo. He's a clarinetist. And generally, I don't always take a page turner with me and on tour. And I just do it myself. I figure it out. There are ways you can...
Oh, that's right. You're a pianist, too.
I'm a pianist, too.
Me, too. I don't play anymore, but I used to be.
Well, I'll
no,
wait till
she's
my
a
turn,
fabulous,
okay?
fabulous.
Now, are most composers pianists?
No, they could be violinists. They're usually play an instrument.
Yeah.
Not
Okay, well,
always.
maybe that's the question I was trying to ask.
By the way, there is a program, like a computer program now that you can turn the page with your foot.
Oh, I
Right.
love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Have you used it?
No, but I've seen it
Yeah.
on YouTube.
Yeah, and it eliminates the hand. But on the other hand, if you have to use both, I guess you have to use your left leg, and if you need the onocorda, it's gonna be a little.
Right.
Then you have to bring in a person to play the pedals for you.
Oh,
Instead of a page
okay, this is
turner.
very exciting. We have another caller.
Oh my
wow.
goodness.
See,
that's
Ruslan,
great.
you bring down the house on calls. Caller, are you there? Hi.
Hello?
Hi.
Hello.
You're on.
Hi, this is Lydia in Ventura County.
Wow.
I'm calling. I was at the concert Sunday, and I want to say congratulations to everybody that it was a very, very good concert. It was amazing for me. And I want to know, how long does it take to prepare such a concert?
Oh,
That's a
Okay,
good question.
Ruslan, you take
Yeah,
that, and then
that's-
Sharon, and then
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We started our preparation about a year ago.
Right.
About a year ago. I approached Frank, and we kind of started talking. What are we gonna do? First was, Carnival of the Animals, I think was the first.
I thought was
yeah.
our first choice.
Yeah,
Yes, it
first
was,
piece
yeah.
with Emo Phillips, the comedian narrating
Who was
it.
wonderful, by the way.
Yes, and we
just
have a
wonderful.
recording of Emo here.
oh,
actually,
good. I
as well, so
love
we
that
can
part.
Yeah.
Oh,
play
we
that
have to play the
portion.
cuckoo
Yeah.
part.
Yeah.
We can play- That was my
Yeah.
favorite.
Not the swan. I played the swan. And
Well, you looked beautiful up there,
Oh,
and
but I
you
didn't
white.
sound beautiful.
I mean, you know what I did? I gotta tell you, he did, and I said,
You look
I
like a
said,
swan.
I said, Ruslan, I want you to sit in that spot, and you've got to dress all in
In
white.
He was beautiful.
And I did.
And he
Put
did.
all the
Look,
white.
He was
beautiful.
very obedient
He
for a
was.
change.
Yeah, because usually I'm in a black tuxedo.
Okay, we
right?
got to answer her question.
Yeah. Well, yes. Then for me as a producer, as an executive director of the orchestra, it's a very tough moment, very tough job, because I'm in between this fire and the hammer, as I say, because there is certain budget, there is certain expenses that we need to fit our program into this budget and expenses. In addition to that, satisfy artistic taste
And have the
of
cake.
the perform and the having cake, exactly. And the cake is free, plus the food for the musicians, plus the etc. So few months after Frank and I started talking, and we said, okay, so we have Carnival of the Animals as a main course. What else can we add there? Well, maybe some kind of piece for the soloists. And so what can to play standard repertoire? I don't know. We need something special there. Well, at that point, Sharon got a phone call, and her first reaction was, "Are you crazy? This is ridiculous."
Because I didn't have enough time.
Yes,
and
then you remember she spoke with Kurt Lawrence, and to be honest, at that point I already kind of gave up, because we spoke to each other. Then for a few months there was dead silence, and I thought, okay, probably we need to play something.
I was working on
Yeah.
a film.
Yes, she was okay. And then all of a sudden I get this phone call. She goes, I spoke with this guy. I have this phenomenal idea. We're gonna make a piece about the pilots. There was no mention of Holocaust or the Jews. It was about pilots.
No, that's
And,
not.
and I
well,
thought to myself,
kind of.
well, look, it's a holiday concert. It's a Christmas concert. Pilot sounds amazing.
And you're a pilot yourself.
And
so.
I'm a pilot myself. Yes. So of course.
Oh, it's his phone
Uh,
going off.
of
Somebody's
course-
phone's
yes.
going off.
So of course, I said, pilots, amazing, perfect idea, excellent. And then like a month later, when she goes, this wonderful story about Holocaust survivors. And then, wait a minute, this is a Christmas holiday concert. How are we gonna fit one with another?
That was sponsored by a German person. So
Yeah, our main sponsor for the concert was Germans, actually. By the way.
So
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yes.
I was like, oh my
Oh.
God, I hope I'm not,
Yes.
Well,
but
that's
Yes.
why I chose the Bach too.
okay.
Yeah.
Good
Yes,
call.
yes. And then we added back. So you see, when we printed our posters, our big banners for the show, the concerto actually wasn't composed yet. We knew that there will be cello concerto. There would be cello
Hopefully.
concerto. Yes, but we didn't have the
Oh, I
any
was
idea.
wondering why that wasn't on the poster.
Yeah. So the posters half a year ago were printed with just Sharon Farber's cello concerto world premiere or something before. No music available, no idea what the piece is gonna be about. And the advertisement went out. And then, famous story with Kurt Lowens, and then our famous rehearsal of 7 hours.
Yeah. And
Then-
that was only the first two movements. I didn't have the third and the fourth
yeah,
movement yet.
yeah.
And then in the middle, I got a film, and I said to my manager, I just cannot take it.
Yeah.
I just can't. And she said, you have to take it. It's an amazing film. It's a documentary, but it's an amazing film. And she said, they're gonna submit it to the Oscars. You have to do it. And I said, I can't.
But that you don't.
And I
you,
did it.
You don't know. But I was getting phone calls from Frank, and Frank was going, "Okay, so where is the score? Is there anything with the country?" Very calm, because and I felt this tension in his voice. Like, is it coming? And like a week or two before the actual score was eventually delivered, was okay. Well, okay, eventually, whatever. I don't know. I mean, what can I do? So we printed this. We eventually got the score. Printed it, and luckily, it was a success. So it was pretty.
You
successful.
look at all the calls. I mean, it's 2 calls. We don't get it. I mean, how much people love that concert.
Is
on
Lydia
Sunday.
still on in the Ventura?
Yes.
Oh, good,
I'm still here. I want to say thank you for that information. I bought season tickets for Glendale Philharmonic.
Wonderful.
Oh, excellent.
I have been going every year to the concerts, but when I saw they had the season tickets this year, I really wanted to make sure I had my seats. So I did not know, other than it was the birthday concert, and I was so surprised that there's wonderful, wonderful drama in this music. It made me cry, and I then to have the cake for the birthday, and then we have comedy, and it was all very, very nice, and my heart was full when I left. And
I have a question
I want
for
to know
you.
I want to know when you will be having your next season, so I may buy more season tickets.
Wonderful.
Okay, I have a question. What was your favorite part of the show? I was there too. I loved it. I loved every second of it.
I loved all of it. I don't have a favorite. There was so much emotion in all of it. I went from sad to happy to.
Where were you sitting
overly
in the
happy
church? Where were
and
you sitting?
Sad again. And it was all wonderful.
Where were your seats? Where were you sitting in the church?
I have balcony, but they had the top part closed, so we had to sit on the bottom. I like the balcony because I can see over everybody. but they closed it this year, and we sat in the mezzanine.
Well, yeah, so you were by
And
me.
it was nice.
I know. Isn't the church beautiful?
Yeah.
It is wonderful. I love the sound in the church.
Yeah. And I must say,
even better than the Disney Hall concert.
we still would like to do it at Disney Hall, though.
I thought that performance should be performed at Disney Hall. That really was a big thought in my mind.
That would be great. I want to thank you for what you said, because for us as composers, as conductors, as performers, there's not a better compliment than saying that you came out of this concert feeling elevated, that you had also so many emotions going through you while hearing the music, maybe the Bach or the cello or Dion's music or Carnival of the Animals. For us, this is the best compliment, because music is a mean of communication that we want to use in order to communicate what we feel as artists. So to know that we were able to achieve that, it's the best compliment that we can have. So thank you very much.
And Ruslan, can you answer her
thank
question
you.
about next year's season tickets?
Well, just check our website, GlendalePhilharmonic.com, or just Google Glendale Phil. We are working now. We start working our boards. We'll start working now on scheduling our next concerts. We have already certain ideas, so to speak, in place. I'm a little bit superstitious to announce them before everything will be really settled. But there will be.
I gave you my email 2 years ago, and they send me things in my email.
Oh yeah.
To
yeah,
tell
we
me
donated, yeah,
about the announcement.
Mm-hmm. Well, then you might want to think of getting in touch with our board. By the way, we have really wonderful board now. It's I think 12 individuals, very dedicated and working really, really hard, very involved with the arts, with music in particular. So it's a collaborative effort always. Plus, we every person walking into the house gets this grading sheet.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
right here. I have it. I
Yes,
brought it.
yes,
Here,
yes,
you want to
yes,
hold it
yeah.
up?
Yeah. Yes. So there are, every person gets to put the grade for each piece that was performed, and then there is questionnaire, comments, suggestions, questions, complaints. Yeah. So all the suggestions always taken for consideration, and we monitor opinion. We don't particularly cater to the tastes of our audience, to be honest, but we definitely take it for consideration. So yeah, next season, everyone says that the year of 2014 feels good.
Yes.
Everyone says that
Well,
there's
it started
something
with-
uplifting
yeah,
at this,
and it started
with this year,
wonderfully.
right? Yes. So I think that our next season will be very, very interesting. Now, this season isn't over yet. We're still.
When's the next concert coming?
We
Oh.
don't know yet. We
Oh,
don't
okay,
know
that's
yet.
what you
we,
said,
We
okay.
are there are a few dates
Oh,
right
so,
now
but
proposed.
you know what?
We
If
might
you
announce
listen
them.
to my show, you know that Ruslan will be on. He will come on as much
Yeah.
as I will let him come on. He would come every week if I
Very
would let
true.
him. So you
Yes,
know it will
I
be
see, I see
announced
on the
here.
Facebook.
You know
I see
that
it
it
on
will be
Facebook.
announced here, so and it'll be up on his Facebook page. He won't be back next week, but he'll be back soon.
Next month probably. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, we have to
Thank
hang up because we
you.
got to
Thank you
keep
very
going
much.
with
Thank
this.
you.
Oh, we don't have that much time left. Okay. Where do you want to go from here
Is
now?
there another caller that you mentioned?
No.
Oh,
No.
okay. Oh,
I think Dion wanted to say a few things. Dion,
No,
didn't you?
I want you to hear all about your comments about your music, because when you have to leave, then I will talk about my music.
Oh,
But-
that's right. You're going to Israel tomorrow.
I'm going to Israel. I'm very excited. The Israeli Chamber Orchestra is going to be re-performing a piece that they commissioned in 2007 called Translucent Rocks, which is my first collaboration with Frank.
That's right.
Frank did a concert of women composers a few years ago, and Dion was on that concert as well. And I reorchestrated the piece, which is, it was for chamber orchestra originally, and I reorchestrated for Field Symphonic Orchestra, and we had a wonderful concert. So I'm very honored that the Israeli Chamber Orchestra is re-performing it, and it's going to be conducted by a dear friend of mine, Nir Kabareti, who conducts the Santa Barbara Symphony. And Nir and I went to the same class in the same school for the arts in Israel. And this class, and this is like the best art and music high school in Israel. And the class that I've been to, like there's so many people who do so well, conductors and performers and just like wonderful. So I think we're gonna have a little reunion. They're gonna come to the concert, and
Is it? By the way, here's a question.
Mm-hmm.
There are certain years or certain generations that somehow produce this.
Yes.
A bunch of really talented
Yeah.
artists, musicians. You think it's due to certain teaching efforts,
It's
or it's
very
just
interesting question.
or it's some kind of moment in the history that makes it happen, or what's the reason for it? Because I witnessed
That's
the same thing. Our
yeah.
class was truly
Really?
phenomenal
Yeah,
in terms
same
of
here.
the
And then the other
our
class
particular
later,
year.
yeah.
It wasn't as
Yeah.
good, right? So what
That's
is it?
interesting.
Is it something was happening politically, or there was something in the air, or the food was special? There was no GMOs.
I don't know, because
That-
the school has the same teachers for basically. So I really don't know.
It's interesting,
It's
like
very
for instance,
interesting.
this year we just said feels good. Everyone whom I
Yeah.
talk to says this year, 2014, everyone expects something good. Last year people weren't saying this.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe it's an even year. Maybe people do better, even years as opposed to odd years. I don't know.
I think that's true. I think 2013 started off with surgeries in our family, including me, and all things happened to other people, and it was just one thing after another. Most of the year, although wonderful things happened in 2013, it was like the worst of times and the best of times.
Interesting.
But I think 2014 is going to be the year we'll
You know,
accomplish our goals.
It's also 2014. I think it comes to 7, when 7 is a
It
lucky
is a
number.
new- yeah, it is, yeah.
7 is lucky number.
Numerology. I looked at it.
Yeah,
and
same
I
here.
figured it out
Yeah.
too. to
And
see
my
what-
name comes to 7 too, so I'm hoping for a good year.
Yeah, everything matters. So are you leaving us now?
How much longer do we have?
Half
the
an
show?
hour.
Half an hour. I might stay for a little bit later. And
Okay, so we don't have to say goodbye to you.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Almost. stay for another 10 minutes.
Okay. Oh, then if you have is there anything before, because we're going to break, so is there
Okay.
anything that you want to say in case you don't get
Well,
back on?
I do. You know,
Okay.
I think one of the issues of the success of the concert, obviously the collaboration was good. There was a certain magic about the collaboration, and that, in my experience, you can be working for one another or working against one another. So there's something about the personalities that were involved very important. But in speaking specifically, and as I say, I always love performing with Ruslan. There can be no question about that. And he has an infectious, good-natured thing that goes on, and as well as being a wonderful musician. But the other thing with Sharon, I was trying to figure out why do I like Sharon's music, and it came to be a little bit more lucid for me this time. Sharon's gift, it seems to be that, first of all, there's a great deal of intelligence and emotion that somehow coalesce within her own psyche. Technically speaking, it's interesting. Sharon has a gift of being able to take something that's really very complex and kind of long and drawn out and make it interesting and lyrical, such as I mentioned to her earlier about the beauty of the last movement, in which melodically it's exceedingly complex, but it's like a beautiful stream that takes you along with it. It's a never-ending stream. She doesn't write in small, jerky jerks and starts. It has a smoothness about it. But then the other thing that she can do, she can take a very simple leitmotif, for example, and kind of fashion that into something that, even though it's simple, and you can say, oh, I like that ba-da, da-da, a simple little thematic moment like that, and then craft it into something that's much more complex, so that the simple becomes more complex and the complex becomes simple. And so it always is challenging your ear and your intellect, and then to couple it with a wonderful text and with a wonderful solo, in what was a very economical orchestration. It never leads you to be uninterested. Somehow your interest is piqued on a constant basis. So it's a great gift.
Thank you.
It's a great gift.
All right, we better take a break before Richard gets very mad at us.
Well, I'm going to leave there.
Who's going to get mad?
Richard.
Richard's going to get mad.
We have to take breaks at certain times.
Alayna, it was wonderful being here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for your
wonderful Frank and Dion.
Okay, bon voyage.
Bon voyage.
Have a very safe trip.
Thank you, and we'll be in touch. When I'm
Okay.
back.
Okay, we're going to break, everybody.
Alrighty.
Stay tuned. You saw that this is the first show of the new year, so we're all pretty excited. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. This is Alayna's Beauty Talk and more on LA Talk Live. We're more than just talk.
Young Connection, your one-stop connection for all your graphic design and commercial printing needs. Young Connection is a full-service printing and media design company dedicated to providing the highest level of customer service and satisfaction. Young Connection provides swift response and rapid turnaround services for banners, brochures, business cards, letterheads, church bulletins, funeral programs, flyers, logo design, posters, and much, much more, all at an affordable price. Young Connection, the official printing company of LA Talk Live. Give them a call at 310-491-3336. That's 310-491-3336, or visit their website at www.youngconnection.com. That's www.youngconnection.com. Young Connection Printing and Media Services, proud sponsors of LA Talk Live, where it's more than just talk.
Hi, this is Sequoia Neff,
And this is Jay Rios. And I'm Sherrod Moore.
inviting you to join us every Monday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for Battle of the Sexes as we discuss his and her views on topics no one wants to touch.
Where we keep it 100% real.
And interesting.
And it is pure comedy. So don't forget to tune in to Battle of the Sexes Mondays at 7 p.m.
exclusively on LATalkLive.com and the Talk Live Broadcast Network. You can also catch us on iTunes, Radio R&B, Live 365, Radio Flag, and AHA Radio.
Or watch and listen directly at latalklive.com. Reality radio handcrafted for your listening and viewing pleasure.
This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk. Hi, I'm Jerry Bell of the Daz Band and New Birth.
And I'm Brahima Arsalan.
Inviting you to join us every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Pacific Time for Jerry Bell's R&B Soul Classics, baby.
Join us as we play some of the greatest hits of soul and R&B and listen in to interesting discussions with the legends of the music.
So don't you forget, join us on the Jerry Bell's R&B Soul Classics. You'll love it. Exclusively on latalklive.com.
You can also catch us on iTunes Radio, R&B, Live 365, Radio Flag, and now Stitcher Radio.
Or watch us and listen directly at latalklive.com, baby.
Reality radio handcrafted for your listening pleasure.
This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk, baby. We're music.
Welcome back to Alayna's Beauty Talk and more. We have been hearing the most incredible music. What a way to open up 2014. Oh my God, amazing, amazing music. All right, Ruslan, I'm turning the mic over to you because there's some things that you want to talk about that should come from you, not me.
All right. Well, I thought it might be an interesting idea if you'll play a little bit of our Carnival of the Animals.
Oh, great.
Emo,
yes, lovely.
Emo Phils, because he did a truly remarkable job.
It was fantastic, yeah.
So, yeah. Oh, no, that's Richard Scherzer. That's the...
Dion, that's Dionne Warwick.
Dionne Warwick?
Yeah.
So basically what we did, we took Carnival of the Animals, composed by Camille Saint-Saëns, the composer of French composer of 19th century, beginning of 20th century, and we had a contemporary narrator who is a comedian to narrate it. So he came up, no, the other disc. Yes, that one, yes.
Can you get right to the cuckoo part?
Cuckoo, I think. What movement is Cuckoo?
It's about the fifth, sixth movement.
Try track number 5.
Oh, it would be here. It's right in the program.
Yes, we have it in the program. Exactly. Yeah, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm not sure how they divided the tracks though.
Oh yeah.
Well, we'll play some of it. That was my favorite part. So we can find the cuckoo part. That would be really fun. But we got to keep talking, Ruslan.
Yeah.
We can't have dead air.
Okay, yeah, basically. Okay, so we'll play a little bit of that with narration of Ima, which was very, very funny. And what was interesting, it wasn't just funny. There weren't just jokes, but everyone said it was sort of coming from the heart.
He was.
And I particularly like the very end of it when he has, he created a story about a lion who is, sort of meeting different animals, and each animal says, "Please don't eat us."
Please don't eat me.
Yeah, please don't eat me. Yes, and at the very end, there is a god appears who and the lion says, "I feel real, real bad, because my existence depends on eating living creatures." And the god replies, "That's a tough one." So it was interesting story that he created, and the presentation was very, very interesting as well.
All right, we're going to have to take a break, and because of the break thingy went off track.
Oh.
So we're going to talk for a few more minutes, take a break, so then maybe we can find the cuckoo during the break.
Yeah. All right, okay, sounds good.
Richard,
and then I also thought we might have played a little bit of last time we were here with Armin Guzalimian, if you remember,
we
right,
were.
the pianist. And we actually did a very successful show in Lakma. And, we had so many people that the people around the building.
Well, when we pulled up to the show on Sunday, there was a line around the block.
Well, that's a standard situation for us. But
I wasn't at the last show I was at.
It's close. But with Lakman, they couldn't get the 600-seat hall in Bing Theater in Los Angeles County Museum of Art. They couldn't let everyone in. It was not enough seats. So they brought a speaker outside of the building, and there was like 100 people outside listening for the concert outside. So we have a recording of that show as well. We might play one or two tracks from
We're
show.
only going to have 15 minutes. We can't play.
Oh, well, then we
had 2 minutes. See, that's what happens. You give out the call-in number. We get lots of call-ins, so you miss talking.
That's it. Last time. No more calls.
That's the choices we make when you decide.
Okay,
but I love the calls.
Then
so
what I
those
also
were important.
what I also would like to do, like to invite, and maybe Frank can say a couple of words about it. Invite people for Frank's concerts with Marina Del Rey Symphony during summertime.
Yeah, absolutely. If you just check out Marina Del Rey Summer Concerts or Culver City Symphony, and then there'll be a link to those concerts. You'll see that. You'll also see for the San Bernardino Symphony, of which I'm the music director, and we have scheduled left 6 more concerts, including one of all Mexican music, which I think will be quite exciting. And then the Redlands Bowl Summer Music Festival, and then another thing is the Lauren Zachary Society, of which I'm the music director. This is an international vocal competition. And also the Nevada Opera Theater in Las Vegas for their schedule. So
when is your next concert that people can watch you conduct coming up?
My next concert will, what is the date? Oh, good Lord. The last weekend of this month, I do San Bernardino Symphony. I think it's about the 23rd or 24th. What's it say?
Here. San Bernardino Symphony. I got it right in front of me.
Then I'm conducting Culver City Symphony February 22nd.
Oh, Sunday, January 26th.
26th.
It's Peter and the Wolf.
Yeah, we're doing Peter and the Wolf, and then Sinfonia India by Carlos Chavez, a fabulous piece of music. So that'd be a great concert to come to.
Now, what I want to say about the Marina Del Rey Symphony concerts, those are free, and it's outside, it's outdoors.
That's in the
Burton
summer.
Chase Park.
That's in the summer.
So you're going to be on before the summer again.
Yeah.
People aren't going to remember.
Okay, yeah.
It's winter.
Well, sure. Or as I say, Google my name, Google Frank Fetta, and all these things will come up.
And then I see that Juan wants to say something also about
I do. I want to talk about this trio.
Okay.
Did you get me
But
on that?
are we talking about it now, or do we have to take a break? Go. All right, go.
Go. Well, I was going to tell you about the Angel period of composing that I did. It was really in the 90s, and I wrote pieces for piano and woodwind quintet, and I wrote about angels of different cultures and different religions. So on the piano, when I had a piece called Green Tara, who is the Tantra Buddhist angel of the Tantra Buddhist monks in Tibet. And in this trio, for violin, cello, and piano, that Ruslan and his colleagues are going to record this weekend. there is Astarte, who is Queen of Heaven and of all womanly attributes. We could go into more information, more detail on that. And then there is Raphael, who is the healer, the great angel of healing. And then there's Gabriel, who is the the divine messenger of wisdom and comfort. And then we finish with Moroni, who is you've probably seen him on the Mormon temple. He stands at the top of the pinnacle, blowing his trumpet, he was an ancient American, in the ancient America, prophet, the son of Mormon. And he's trumpeting the good news of change on the temple. So that's the third one. We heard a little bit of that at the beginning.
Oh, that was beautiful. Now,
there's a lot I could say about this. But I'll just say one more thing.
Sure.
People have given me a lot of their reactions to this music because it was performed in the 90s. And one thing they say is that when they think of angel music, they think of the same gentle, sitting on the clouds, floating around the clouds. But my angels are very whimsical. They're very different from each other. And sometimes they're humorous and sometimes they're serious. And you're playing the music, you will hear all of those different kinds of emotions and they're kind of teaching us, perhaps, that we need to have all of our emotions and enjoy them as part of life.
That's a beautiful saying. Let's end on that. That was beautiful. All right, so we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to try and find the music we want to play. We found it, so we're going to play the music when we come back, and then we're going to have to wrap up the show. This went very fast.
Yeah.
So everybody, stay tuned. We'll be right back. This is Alayna's Beauty Talk and more on LA Talk Live. We're more than just talk.
The lion came upon the wounded cuckoo. Please don't eat me, it pleaded. I'm special.
Am I coming? Are we on?
I can play the clarinet while walking. Can you play it while running?
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're back on. I don't know. I have no signal. I know he said we were okay. We're on, everybody. Hi. Welcome back. Actually, the cuckoo part was one of my favorite parts of the show, so I'm glad we found that.
I think it was a great idea to have him walk, the clarinet.
Well, yeah, because
I mean, you weren't there, so, but if
we
you
had
were
to figure
there,
it out because, I told the clarinetist, I said, here's what I want you to do. I said, I don't want you to sit in one place on the cuckoo stuff. So through the rehearsal period, we figured out, by happenstance in some instances, where he would play the different cuckoo calls, because the cuckoo is supposed to, the idea that he's an annoying little twit. And even at the end of it, I said, listen, when you're ready to play your last thing, first of all, I want you to exit. And then when you hear the cue from the pianos, I want you, the audience is going to think, oh, finally we got rid of this cuckoo. And he comes in and he goes, coo, coo. and then gets out of there, you know.
Everybody, I know, everybody loved that.
Well, you know what's good about it? It's interesting when you consider, because the first piece on the concert, Bach, very serious music, of course, very exciting and thrilling music as well, and it was played beautifully. And then you get Sharon's piece, which depicts an era of history, which is very troubling, to say the least, and reflects a lot of trouble that we're having right now, but it was handled beautifully. But then you get to something like the Saint-Saëns, and you're almost not ready that there will be such riotous laughter in the concert hall.
But that's what made it
You
so
know,
fun.
Yeah, I think it was a good way
It
of
was a
playing with
great
it.
combination
Yeah.
of things. If we came in with something heavy after Sharon's piece, it would have been a lot.
Yeah,
It would have been heavy for a lot
well,
of
that's
people.
what we were aiming kind of to have this full spectrum of emotion.
Yeah, which you did beautifully.
Good.
Even though I saw you in the back hall yawning in between.
Me?
Frank.
I was young. Oh, the back, yes, not on stage.
Not on stage.
Not on
Not on
stage.
stage. I ran back to the restroom and there you were yawning.
They say yawning is supposed to be very good. That there's a mistake. It says that yawning does. They used to say that it used to put oxygen. It's not oxygen, but it actually does like molecular changes in your body that energize you. It's not necessarily oxygen though. They've changed their theory. So feel free to yawn anytime.
I do, especially sometimes when I'm working out.
And don't suppress it.
Oh, I have one funny thing. I ran into Ruslan. We work out at the same gym. I'll give our gym a shout out. Gold's Gym in Hollywood.
Yeah.
And he's got really cute legs, girls.
Uh-oh.
He wears these cute little shorts to work out in. And he does a really good workout. I was really proud of you.
Really? Oh, thank you. You know,
Yeah,
I've never
'cause I'm
taken.
a trainer.
I've never taken any training from anyone. It was just
No,
self-trained kind of.
You did
know,
very,
that's it.
no. I
Oh,
think
thank you.
sometimes that's the best thing because you know your body.
I guess so. Yeah. Well, in my case, because I'm a musician, I have to be
You have to be
particularly
careful of your
with
hands.
the arms. Yeah.
Yeah, me
and
too.
everything.
As being a makeup artist, when I was doing that full time, I had to be very careful
Yeah.
what I did. All right, I know you're getting antsy. You want to say
No.
one last thing? No, because we only have like 5 more minutes, and I got to close out the show.
Yeah,
So
well,
let's get
I
you
am
on.
a retired professor. I have my doctorate from University of Southern California, and I've done a lot of playing, but now I'm doing nearly all composing. And one of the things I'm composing is music for a film trilogy on the life of Jesus of Nazareth that is temple-centered and very pro-Hebraic. The temple was the center of the Jewish culture and Jerusalem at that time, and this celebrates all of that.
And where will this be played?
Hopefully all around the world. It's soon to go into production. It hasn't been produced yet. We have a library of over 100 titles to draw from when it is produced. Some of them are whole songs. There's a lot of music in that culture, and some folk music, some all kinds of things. So I've been very busy the last few years writing music for that, kind of along the side. But I'm looking forward to that coming in production.
Great.
Wonderful.
All right, Ruslan, let me go around the table and give, we didn't do a lot of inspiring. So give one inspiring thought about, inspiring people to come out and listen to this, your classical, beautiful music.
Well, look, welcome to the new year. Okay. And everyone says this year is going to be great. But I think is that how we feel about life, what makes it essentially great. So whatever happens to you, feel good about being alive and about the world. Come to our concerts, particularly concerts in Marina del Rey in Redlandsville with the phenomenal weather. It's outside. It's free. Have a picnic. Come to our concerts of Glendale Field. Have free cake.
People love that cake.
Yes. Go to the museums. Bring something beautiful in your life, and you will feel better about your life. It's that simple and so easy to do it.
Yeah, and since you guys have been coming on my show, I've actually been listening to classical music.
Oh, great!
So that's where
Excellent.
you forget about that.
Yes.
And I mean that's what I really want to bring out this year, throughout the year, is to learn new things, learn about classical music, learn. I mean, I collect Degas.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
the original ones.
No, yeah, right. Posters. But to me, they're beautiful. They're not worth anything to anybody else, but to me, they're beautiful.
Well, what I'd like to say, addressing to everyone, classical music, what everyone should know and remember, classical music is not boring by any means. Somehow there is a perception of classical music as something boring. It's not. It's very, very interesting. Always, it's very exciting. Bring children if you have children. Bring children on our concerts. On Sunday we had a child betting during the auction.
I know, that was so cute.
So good, yes. Particularly, in places like Los Angeles, California, there is so much available, virtually for free, for or close to nothing. Take advantage of it, and the life will become better. It's that simple.
I must say that my students, when they come to the students in the community colleges I'm thinking of, and the universities, they're taking music appreciation type classes. They have to go to classical music concerts. It changes their lives. They are so thrilled. They never knew there was such beauty.
Over and over, I hear this, at least on my concerts, people would come after the concert, oh my God, we didn't know it can be so interesting. We didn't know it. I go to the schools, for instance, and play the schools and the kids will say, wow, never thought that it's possible to do, things like this on the cello or violin. Like, yeah, it's all available. It's much cheaper, by the way, than many other things, or much cheaper than, or like in LA, there are a lot of things with classical music offered for free. And once again, take advantage of it.
I think that one of the issues that is important to me are the kids, and many of the places at which I conduct are very kid-friendly to the music. I mean, kid-friendly, the venue is kid-friendly. But I think one of the issues for parents, I think it's really important if parents will use this opportunity as a bonding experience. There are many ways you can bond with your children, but I think there's something so incredible. For example, several people came up to me at the Glendale Phil the other afternoon with their parents, and the kid said, I want your autograph. This is very exciting, and so forth. So you begin to see that the young child being brought there by their parents reflects sort of a family value situation, but it becomes even greater than family value, because then they're participating in some of the greatest artworks that Western civilization has to offer. And as Ruslan said, and as Dion said, it's not imposing necessarily. It's not, you don't feel inhibited or intimidated by it. You feel like you're part of that family, so that the next visit's going to become more and more comfortable. So I think once you start creating this comfort level in a young family, it continues. I remember my own grandson, Gabriel, the first time that he came to one of my symphony concerts, he sat on my wife's lap through the whole concert, quiet, and he's never quiet. And he said at the end of the concert, my wife said, did you like that, Gabriel? He said, oh man, I loved it. That was really big music, wasn't it? He got it. He got it. He loved that experience. And that can be replicated if parents are willing to do it with their kids.
Yeah, that's really what I want to devote some of this year to, is for parents to get their kids.
Absolutely.
So we'll do a whole show. We won't take too many call-ins, but we'll do a whole show about that, because who better than people in the industry to talk about that have kids and grandkids? That's really important.
That's very important.
We started today talking about my big family. I have to tell you that when they were growing up, our 5 children, we had a family orchestra. Everybody played instruments, and we had family singing. They all have sung together forever. Now they're all adults. They love to get together, and they love to jam on Christmas carols or whatever it is, And they bring their instruments, and I think that music experience they had together helped them stay in a loving relationship their whole life, even though they live different places, you know.
It is so important. That's really what I wanted to do this whole year, to inspire people and have people like you all come on the show to talk it, because you can talk about it from the heart, not from a textbook. which is
We thank
really
you.
important.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank
we
you.
have to close out this show. Thank you guys so much for opening up the new year with
You're
such an
welcome.
amazing show today.
Happy New Year to you.
Happy
all.
New
Happy
Year.
New
And next week we are changing the subject. You know, it is award season, so our friend Red Carpet Roxy is coming in to do a red carpet show. So lots of fashion, lots of makeup. Back to doing a beauty show next week.
Great.
All right, everybody have a great week. Get outside, get some exercise, listen to some classical music. And I will be back next Wednesday at noon Pacific time. So stay tuned. So have a great week, everybody. Say goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Happy
You
New
are.
Year. Happy New Year.